Okay, so today what I'm going to be recording is the little cats in the preview video that I posted yesterday. These are the materials I'm going to be using: an assortment of crystals, some metal gears, some butterflies, some flowers. I'm going to be using the Let's Resin UV resin and this mold. I will link whatever I can find on Amazon in the description box below. I'm sorry for any noises that you hear in the background. I am on a street that is very close to 4th of July celebrations. So I'm going to pause this and move these out of the way, and then we'll get started. Okay, so first thing I do, and you're going to hear life around me going on in the background, that's just how my videos are going to be. I don't ask my family to be quiet during my videos. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little layer of resin in each of these little cats. The reason I do this is first, it gives a little bit of a magnifying effect. Second, the additions don't sink right to the bottom. So I'm going to cure this for about 2 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, so now that this is cured, what I do is I go through each cat here and I put more resin. Again, this is the Let's Resin UV resin. It really is my favorite UV resin. I use the J Diction in a pinch, but I do not use any of the other cheaper UV resins. They don't cure properly for me, and I just don't like the quality of them. Now these are bigger molds. If you want to use regular epoxy resin in them, you can. The reason I'm using the UV resin is because I sell my work, so I need to make a lot of them. For bigger pieces, I do use epoxy resin. So in this one here, yes, my tweezers are well used. This one here, I'm going to put some gears. So it's going to be like a steampunk kitty. So we're just going to put some smaller gears because I don't want, oh, sorry, I bumped you. I don't want any of the bigger gears near the bottom, because what I like to do to create depth is I use smaller things and work up, because ultimately the part that's on closest to your work surface is the top when you're working like this. Now, I'm using a lot of different colors for my gears. I'm not trying to stick to one different color. When I bought these, I bought a couple different packs, and I bought these a while ago. So what I'm going to do when I'm looking is I'm just going to look on Amazon and find something that's close to what I have. So this is what I'm going to do for the gears for now. And then when I come for the next level after curing this, I will add bigger gears and just keep working up. Now for this cat, I'm going to add some butterflies, because this cat I'm going to be adding some dried flowers as well, but I want the butterflies to be with the flowers. And I have cat hair on my tweezers because I have cats and I love them dearly, but their fur, it's everywhere. Now the butterflies that I have here are colored, and I didn't separate these by color because I knew that I would just do like what I'm doing here and use them together. But what I'm trying to do is split them over because I want the colored side down. This is also where it helps having that base, because I can manipulate what I'm putting in here without ruining my mold, because I have that hard layer of resin to work on. And I'm not pushing all the butterflies down fully because I want them to have that layer. And I am getting a little bit of UV resin in my little pot of butterflies here. I will clean that up when I am done. So I'm just going to add 2 more. And that will be it for the butterflies for this layer. Now I also have gold ones that I'm going to add when I add the dried flowers. Now I'm going to clean off my tweezers. Oh, sorry. For this one here, I have all these little coins and these coins here. And we're going to make an abundance cat. So I'm going to just put in some of these coins, because who doesn't want more abundance in their lives, right? So we're going to do a little bit of this, just like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cure these again for like 3 minutes. Okay, so now we just do the next layer. This time though, I'm going to start adding some of the other materials. And I'm also going to start adding a little bit more resin, because I want the layers to be a little deeper. So for the gears, we're going to add gears that are a little bit bigger. I'm also going to add that because I think that is going to be so cute for the tail. That way. But when you pick these up, they really have such a three-dimensional look this way if you just take your time and don't throw everything in at once. This will take a lot longer with epoxy resin because you have to wait for every layer to cure in between. I used to do things like this with epoxy. Now I'm just adding some flowers over the butterflies. And I'm going to be adding several different kinds of flowers. I'm going to be adding some butterflies with the flower layers because it's just what I'm feeling. A lot of what I do by feel for that day. I don't plan a whole lot. And I should plan more. I know I should. But then I find my art isn't as authentic. So now for this one, because I want it to be more for abundance, I added the coins. And I'm going to add some tiger's eye. Just like that. And then add some aventurine. And these are just stone chips that I got, crystal chips. I'm going to add some clear crystal. And then with these, I like to take my wire cutters and I just nip off the loop. Just like that. And these wire cutters are a little dull. I'm going to do a big one. And this is just adding that extra layer again. These coins are probably not going to be seen as well with all the crystals, but I'm okay with that. There's a hole in my glove. Because if you want them seen more, you just take your tweezers and you can just push it around like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cure them. I'm going to do a couple more layers. I'm not going to record those because it's really much the same. And then I'm going to come back for the last layer. Okay, so now I have all the layers done. You can see they're almost full. Now what I'll do is I'll take a little cup, and I have to get anything resin. Still, let's resin, UV resin. Pour some resin in. You know, I used a lot of different colors. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some ultrafine black glitter. I don't measure this, I just dump a bunch in. I'll be back after I mix it in. Alright, so now that that's mixed in, all I do is I just pour it. Now, for this one, I don't want that to... Come on. This one's almost empty. But I don't want that glitter to cover the tail. But that's all I'm going to do for the rest. So I will be back for the unmolding. Okay, let's see what these look like. I'm excited. Oh, he's so cute. But you can see what I mean as far as layering the gears. It really gives that three-dimensional look to it. This will be the one with the flowers and the butterflies. Oh, it's like a midnight garden with the black. Okay, I think if I do this one, or next time I do this one, I might use a lighter color for the bottom. Whatever you use for the bottom really does make a difference. So let's look at this one. This one is our abundance cat. She turned out cute too. This one would probably be another one that would have benefited from more of a like silver bottom. But then I'm wondering if the coins wouldn't have gotten lost. Something to play with when you're doing your pieces is the different colored bottoms will give you different looks. So keep that in mind. So until next time, like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to me. I hope you have a safe weekend whenever you're watching this. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.